And we're live. I always forget. It says connecting for like 5 minutes, and it turns out I'm already connected. She's connected. So if you're watching this at a later time, you can always fast forward. I'm going to warn you. I have my water here. I will be coughing throughout. It's just the remainder of what's left of a cold. So I apologize. I'll go into a little fit, and then I'm usually fine for a while. So I'm sorry. It's annoying. But there's no other way to do this. So today, welcome anyone out there in the live stream. If you're coming from the TikTokies, the Instagrammies, or you just found me here on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Now, while you're watching live, you can chat, but you have to be signed in. So please keep the chat nice. I am working on a fabric for my Wednesday. I figure I worked on this piece. It got a good vibe back. If it didn't, I wouldn't even bother. But this is my process of designing a pattern for fabric. I am self-taught, number one. Number two, if you watch this at a later date and you're like, oh, she's doing it wrong. I've made fabric now several times. I usually just guess as I go. I know some of the tips and tricks to do it. But I tend to forget every single time I do it. I could literally do it like a week prior and then be like, how did I do it? But so just bear with me. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Sometimes I mess up. I'm going to have a ton of layers. If that bothers you or is triggering for artists in any way, just letting you know. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to stay. I'm going to get on my Tim Burton theme type music. So hang tight. I was just giving people a few minutes to jump on. Like I said, you can fast forward if you're watching this at a later date. I like to have music in the background. However, sometimes regular music, it won't save to other countries to watch. So I try to pick something that's kind of generic. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, every now and then, I'm going to get commercials. I'm sorry. It's just that for some reason, I have tried so many different things to pay for ads to be removed, and then I swear they just come back. So every now and then, I'll have to jump out of my seat and handle this. And see what I'm saying? See? But there's a specific channel I really like. So that's why I try to pick this one each time. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. I totally forgot about queuing up my music until I heard myself, and then I was like, ugh.
If not more.
Ugh.
Just from this app. And I don't know if you can see this, but it's called Audible.
I can't see it. Okay. No, it doesn't want to do it. Ambiance. Give me 1 second. I'm having a bit of an issue with my my Wi-Fi. It keeps switching to the wrong place, and so it goes a little slow. Excuse me. Okay, I think this is it. There we go. And I should have given people enough time to jump on. Again, if a commercial comes on, I'll just jump out of my seat and switch it. So thank you to the one person that's watching right now. You're amazing. You're amazing. Let's get a little candle going. Let's get some wintry vibes in his house. There it is. Okay, moving things off to the side because we like an empty desk. Now, again, if you want to chat, you just have to be signed in, and sometimes people have to go to the app, I believe, to be able to swipe and like find the chat box. So, all right. So I'm gonna add some new things that I have created. I got up early this morning and I've been working on this because then I need to do my Art Hero Monthly. So we're going to start off with a basic pattern. For those of you that have been wanting to do pattern making, again, I might teach, or I'm not even teaching, but I might do something where you're like, yay, and then I'm like, wait, that's wrong. So just bear with me as I do all of this, please. I'd really appreciate it. So I usually start off with like five different things. And then that's how I continue to grow the pattern. If you want just a simple step and repeat, I turn on my snapping, by the way, in my settings. I hit the arrow, snapping, and then I do magnets and snapping. That way I can find my center. can also add a grid or do different things, but I just do snapping so I can see the lines as I go. This can be slightly annoying just to find centers. But I usually start with 5, and then if I have 5 designs, where is my center? Okay, there's my center. Found center this way. I know there's another way to do this. I'm just being really difficult. Sorry, I start with 5 designs. That way I have a nice even amount of things to work with. Where's my center? That's not giving me a center straight up and down, which is kind of, oh, freeform? Wow, yeah, I don't know. I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. So again, I'm just floating each thing on. Of course, I move it right when I go to do that. Okay. Every now and then I click on the wrong layer. So the reason I tell people, like, I'm not just making new patterns all the time is it's exhausting. It's really hard to do. Some people are fantastic at it, but for me, I am not. So I always remind people, like, just be patient with me. I'll come out with designs when I do, but for now, meh. And then I kind of made my own, like, kind of creepy cello. I didn't want to sit there and work on it for hours. It's just a cello, so I just wanted to do it kind of simple and fast. I know it's not perfect. Anyone that plays a cello is what it is. So wherever you're going to place things, again, if you're coming in here a little late, I am going to cough a lot, so I apologize. You don't want to put anything on an edge. You want everything away from the edge. Now, you can always fill and add things as you go, but keep it simple to start. All right? And I try to keep things fairly big at first, and then I start to shrink things down as fillers. Okay, boom. There we go. So now I have 5 things. Oh, let me scoot this a little closer. Sorry if anything crashes. And hey there, Mr. Tom. How you doing, friend? How you doing? Welcome. Hello. Hello. So, like I said, if I'm doing anything that you've made patterns and you're like, there's an easier way to do it, just let me hash this out for myself. I might go the long way around, but it's just how I work. So right now I'm just figuring out aesthetic and how I want to do things. So I'm just kind of messing with it. By the way, outside is gorgeous today. It's overcast. It's perfect for something like this, which makes me really happy. Because I love dark, dreary days. I do. So I'm kind of creating my center here, moving some things around. Got a uniform. Oh, I did this on the same one. Shoot. Hold on. I didn't realize I was on the same one here. Okay. Gotta have all new layers. Okay. Hello. Thank you, Jen, for coming in. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm creating a new layer here. I'm really liking this kind of vintage watermark kind of deal. Okay, let's see. Let's go with a brighter tone in the back. Like, this is what I want. I want it to look like this. But I don't want anything on the edges. So I want to be very careful as I'm doing this. Because if it's on the edge, your repeat pattern won't work. I'm gonna go with like a... Hey, Carlos, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. How's it going? Hope you've had a good holiday season. I'm sorry, again, the coughing. Won't let it happen again, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. So again, just kind of creating as I go here. Just debating what's going to look best. Ah! I know. You guys all thought it, didn't you? Eva's never charged, ever. No, I thought I was still plugged in from yesterday, so give me 1 second. We flip her over. There we go. We plug her in. We flipsies. I am coming down from my cold. Symptoms started last Wednesday, so I'm all good. I just have the remaining cough. Just the remaining cough. Coffees. Okay, so I'm just kind of figuring out with the cello. And I don't even know if I want my background color that dark. I think I want it more in like a grayscale. I think that's too dark for the cello, so let me take the cello. Tilt it up a little bit more like a real cello would be. And then, oops, what happened? Where are we at? Oh, not on the right layer. I feel like this should be more of a... Too much. Black's too much, that's too much, so let's bring this up just so we can see it. Okay, now if I do black... This black is too harsh. It's got to be the lighter color. Okay, told you. I swear, it's like every 5 seconds is a commercial. I don't know what's on. Yeah. All right, so let's just say I'm going to roll with this, okay? Let's just pretend. Let me see if I can get more of a... Something like that. I'm just messing with it first. This is what I do. I just want to... see if this stuff works. Hi! Thank you. Happy New Year. Sorry again. When I hear people cough, I know it gives me anxiety, so I'm like, sorry, I gotta keep going. Y'all want to see processes and stuff. Well, I gotta go live while I'm just a little coffee girl. I'm full of coffee. Okay. No. So, again, making sure nothing is on the edges, because if it's on the edge, then it won't work right with the step and repeat. But again, I can always fill things, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so if I say, get rid of the background color, we are going to say, okay, bring this one up. Now, there are plenty of ways to do this. I'm just not probably doing it a way most people would. Duplicate. I'm keeping my original layers so I don't screw them up. And then I'm going to bring all the other ones and flatten them. get everybody? Okay, I've got that one, that one, that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this one I need to move down here. Okay. So I should have hand, I should have WOE, Wednesday, knife, cello. Okay. Then we're gonna move this one up. Oops. Okay, that's on a layer, that's on a group, this one. Okay, now I can move on. Down, and bridge down. We're gonna add on top there. Boom, group them. And we're gonna make you red. Just so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna move you down to 50%. I'm gonna duplicate you, move you up, and I'm gonna make you a layer. Okay, so this group, I am going to move to the left, and it's on magnetic and locking, so when it gets to the center, boom, I'll be able to see. We're gonna move this one this way. See what it's doing right now is it's separating it to be a step and repeat pattern, but you have to be right on the button or it won't work. So there should be no lines through it. And then we're gonna go, let me think on this. I do it every time. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much, thank you. Oh, thank you, Carlos, for telling everyone to like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So like I said, I have to work through it. This is like my own thing, right? Where I'm like, eventually I'll figure it out. I just need to stare at it for a second. Okay, delete. Nope, shoot, not delete, sorry. I wanted to merge. Combine down, I'm gonna duplicate that. Okay, this one, again, we're gonna drop a red in there. Duplicate, oh wait, no, not duplicate. I want to add, drop it in there, drop it like it's hot. Okay, we're gonna take this one down to 50. It's just a lot of thinking, and Lord knows I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work to think. Okay, I'm gonna move this one down. So we did the two side by side, and now we go up and down, and the two different transparencies, you'll be able to see if it overlaps or not. Boom. So you can see I messed up right there. No big deal. I just tap back and I try it again until I get it right. And I got to keep everything as on the plus side as possible. Now, if that keeps happening and it's saying it's centered, then I did something wrong. And that's why this whole process is not fun. It's a lot of, you know, move it down, move it up. So when people are like, can you just make a pattern of that? I'm like, you're funny. I don't want to. I have to want to do it. And you can't just guess and hope that it's right. You can't, because that's wrong. You got to make sure it is exact, or your whole pattern will be jacked up. Just because it's a small swatch doesn't mean that you won't notice. Look, boom, see, a little bit of practice. We're starting to get it as a repeat pattern. So when you do a step and repeat, it reads it and will kind of like make it all over the place. Does that make sense? So there are plenty of tutorials on here. I am not a tutorial person. I do not like offer tutorials on this. So I just tell people like, do the best you can. So now that I have my layout, I can see where it's a lot of empty, and I can either leave it really empty. So the first thing I do is I go share JPEG. This is how I can see it as a step and repeat, save image. Okay, I don't use Spoonflower. However, boom, I use it just to see my step and repeat. So if you've been looking to do patterns and you need to just check them, you can go somewhere like Spoonflower, design and sell, upload a design, choose a file, photo library, this one, use. It's gonna say, sure, I own it, no problem. Now, like I said, this is just so I can figure out like, okay, where do my fillers need to go? What do I need to do? So you'll be able to do a step and repeat and see it for yourself on what it is. This is a very, very, very helpful technique because back in the day, I didn't know how to, do it over and over. So this is called a half drop. It's called a half back, a center, and a mirror. I don't want any of those ones. I want basic. And I'm just gonna pick a yard, the biggest one. And this way I can actually see. Do you see how that looks like a square, right? We don't really want that.
I don't want anything too serious.
So I want to make sure I'm doing something around the edges that make it fill. Now, would you be interested in a pattern like this? Is that okay with you? Those are things that you have to ask yourself when you're making a pattern, is like, maybe people would be okay with this kind of simplicity, maybe not. So what you need to do is you need to go in and you need to start adding things on a new layer. And what I'm going to do is like duplicate one of my original pieces. I'm going to take it all the way up to the top. You can also copy and paste. It doesn't matter. Then when I click on it to be there, now I can mess with it and I can add it somewhere else. You can flip it upside down to get a pattern that starts to go kind of both ways and you don't have to worry about it. But again, you cannot go to the edge. You have to stay away from the edges. Otherwise, it won't step and repeat correctly. So now I'm just finding all my fillers to go around it. This one, I actually want to mess with the coloring. So I'm going to bring this one to the top here. I'm going to bring the coloring and saturation down. So I'm going to try some different filters that they provide to me and see what I like. And see if there's anything that's just a quick fix right there. But I basically want it to go more grayscale, and I can do it really easily myself, but I also thought it'd be kind of cool if there's some neat thing it's going to offer, like it's adding all these like fluorescents and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Not for this piece, but there you go. Look at that, very last one. I'm like, I dig that. That's cool. So that way we're getting a full color one, and then we're getting it in black and white. Maybe you want to have him towards the knife. Maybe you want to put him there. Maybe you want to separate him and make him smaller. Do you want him overlapping? Do you want him not overlapping? There's so many questions to ask yourself when you're making these things. I think I'm going to put it right here. Boom. So again, not on the edge, keeping it away from the edges. But now you've got two different tones in there, and you have a little bit of a pop of color while you're doing it. Okay, do I want Wednesday just to stay center? Yes, this is why you make several other illustrations, just to change up so you can keep maybe your main character themselves as is. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one, I'm going to turn it a different way, I'm going to zoom out and see where it could go. That's not next to the other knife. Okay, maybe on this one there's blood, so you can have fun by like changing them up. I'm on alpha lock on the same one, and maybe I add some blood to this one. But instead of red, I'm going to bring it down to like a taupe suggested like blood, but still go with the character. And then look, there's a red on her lips, so I'll add some of that red to it just to give it kind of a vintage look. Thank you so much. See, again, sharing space, we're working together. So I really love this texture of this brush. This is the Wonder brush from the Woodland Wonder set through Retro Supply. So again, Wonder brush is what it's called. All right, so clearly I need something here. The cello's there. Like every piece of this is already in the middle. So I don't want that. I'm going to make a new piece. I'm going to make something totally different. I'm gonna add spider web. So I'm gonna take this, create a web in this. Just to represent her, her little window. So you can always add more designs to it as you go. Bring this down a bit.
In just 36 weeks,
see? Wonderful commercial. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Literally every, 5 minutes, I have to get up and do that. And I swear, I paid just to make sure I didn't have to listen to them. And I've checked both my accounts, and they're both not working. So, I don't know. Maybe it was a temporary thing I paid for like 24 hours. Okay. So there you go. Now you have like a web in there to kind of split some things up. But again, can't do anything going off the page. Otherwise, the step and repeat won't work. Those are already set up to be off the page, so that's why that works. So let's grab... I know what I want to do. Sorry, I was filling something out for work. Cello. Excuse me. Okay, now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a splash of blood. Again, sometimes I just have to think about it for a minute. Just as like a filler. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm gonna go check out my step and repeat and see what that does. I don't have to do any moving unless I'm, excuse me, unless I'm gonna scale down or I want more busyness in it. But right now, I think I'm okay with the way it is. So we're gonna go back. Go back to Spoonflower. Oh, did I already have it? I already had it. So again, we have this very basic, very square, obvious pattern. Hello, thank you so much, Say. But instead, I'm going to switch it up. Beep, 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 beep. Again, just using Spoonflower for layout. I don't use it to order because I have heard nothing but horrible things about the actual fabric. People really, really don't like it. And I obviously don't want to use a company if people are really unhappy about it. So we use a different company when Elk B-Sides and I order. But she does all of it. I'm more like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, why am I having this problem? I want to upload. Boom, where did I have it? Upload. Wow, I totally missed it. Okay, photo library, boom, we go with this new one. Don't want it too busy. I think it has plenty, so I just want to take my time with it and keep it really simple. I'm going to be ordering products that are going to need patterns as fillers because just doing the Wednesday on something that has other stuff, it needs more. So I wanted to make sure I made it a pattern if I'm going to be moving as many products as I am anticipating, I'm hoping. Not because I'm one of those people that is totally like, I'm going to do all the things. But if I think people will buy this, I want to make sure I have other things ready to go. So basically, I'm really happy with this. I think the only thing for me is my WOE area. I think they're too similar in diagonals, so I'm going to go back and change that. And watch, it's so easy, so quick. If you need to make a change, you just grab it and you kind of figure out. Because see, I can't see where else it is over there, so I just need to change direction. There we go. All right, now we're gonna save that. Okay. And like I said, I mean, it takes time, especially if you're creating the pieces. For me, the things I had to create for her, it was much easier. Because it's like, okay, make a knife. Took me seconds, you know, it wasn't that hard. Things that I've practiced in the past, drawing, you know, spooky characters and stuff. Cobwebs, super easy. Face painting. What else? What else? The cello was a bit tricky. I had to use photo reference to kind of look at it and then decide how I want to kind of make it creepy. The typewriter was super easy. I just studied a few old vintage typewriters and then made my own design for it. So very happy with that. So I think I'll be wait a minute, this is the same. Is this the same? No, it's different. For just $1 per month. Okay. That's right. That way they're kind of going two different directions. They're a little still too close. I'm wondering if I should move, because I have to move it with something I've just did. I don't want to move it with the original pattern. So my brain has to like start to see it. I think I'm going to switch it. So if the WOE is here, it should be diagonal. It should be more, yeah, no matter how you spin it, even if I put it here, it's close to it. It's just close all the way around. So I think I'm okay with that.
As an Expedia member, you can save up to 30%.
I need it upside down. All right, let me try one more thing. One more thing here. Happy New Year's. Thank you. Hi, cutesy lots. Okay, sorry. Hello. Hold on. I like drawing spiders. Let me see if I can do a spider that I think fits this design. Ah. Lisa, it's so true. All I do is stare at spiders, you know? It's all I do all day. I love that. That is the cutest thing. Thank you for making me laugh. Love it. This is a true story for anyone that doesn't know my life. you know that I definitely have had my fair share of spiders. You guys missed the other day I was on TikTok and a spider just came like crawling off the wall, just looking at me, and I took him outside, but everyone just started laughing. I was like, yeah, this is my life. Spiders love me. So you know what? I'll just allow it now. Now I just welcome them. I'm like, okay, you're not going to just jump out at me. You're not arachnophobia status. Scores and instrumentals, 100%. This one is called the Tim Burton Ambiance. The magical sound of Danny Elfman and Tim Burton. Oh, sorry, and the mind of Tim Burton on, I think this is, hold on, what's, it's called Feel Sephoria, all one word, Feel Sephoria on YouTube, and they have a Tim Burton one, and I'm just like obsessed with this one, and the snow falls in the video all around it, so yeah, it's all different, like, music from all stuff, things. I know, they're like, Eva's not gonna hurt us. She's gonna put us outside, so we'll let Eva see us, yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna alpha lock this. I'm gonna grab this one. Okay.
You need to let the
Why? You're killing me. The commercials. I know. You're thinking, Eva, just pay for it. I did pay for it. I did pay for it. That's what you don't understand. Do I want to stick with my same kind of... There's so many design options. What am I on here? There we go. That's why I'm not doing it right. Oh, yes, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. Excuse me. So I like this kind of subtle hint. Yeah, I like that much more. The WOE thing is very bright already, so. Okay, so only where I put it is it gonna show up. We can see the whole cello here, so it's probably gonna show up in every single one now. Happy New Year, Jasmine! Hi, friend. How are you? Hello. Thank you so much for stopping by, and it's good to see you. Happy New Year's to you and yours, my friend. You popped into my head the other day. I was like, I haven't heard from Jasmine in a while. So I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Okay. Upload a design. Okay, so we're gonna do the latest one. Of course, I'll go delete all the other ones or use them for something else, like screensavers or something like that. So it helps to be a Critterosity fam supporter and follower. I see you. My eyeball in the screen. All right, here we go. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be okay with this one. I'm not worried about it. Let's see. We're going to yard and we're yard. We're gonna look. Yes, this feels more smooth to me. Definitely feeling this one. Now, most of it is up, but what you can do is you can kind of screenshot this. Bloop, like that. Okay. And then what you can do is kind of mess with it for a minute. Just kind of save it to visually sit with it. Maybe sit with it for a couple days if you're new to this stuff. I'm going to go to my camera roll and I'm just going to edit and I'm going to rotate it and make sure I like it from the different angles here. What's happening? Oh, this is a new rotate thing. No? No. Why? Oh, sorry. I don't use this very often. Let's go back. Cancel. Discard changes. For people that are used to doing photo stuff, I don't usually use it here, so I'm sorry. I didn't realize it's up here. So I kind of take a look at it upside down, and though if I wanted to make this an overall pattern in the sense of like people could flip it different ways, I can flip Wednesday a different direction. I could do that, but I'm going to be honest. I feel like so many people cut their patterns and then like put them together, much like the amazing artist So Nerdy did for my computer cover. I mean, my computer cover was a really basic one, but she made sure they're facing the same direction on each side of this. Even though these characters are upside down and all around, I mean, she's cutting out two pieces and sewing them together. So I sometimes will get someone to say I would buy the fabric if it was like facing all directions or in a layered pattern, but sometimes I just don't want to. I'm like, I like you, but if you like this, you'll just make something with it. If you make an apron, the odds are you're going to keep it straight up and down. If you're going to make a wallet, you can buy a good enough amount of this. You can put them back to back, and start a new piece on the other side. So I may not be the best at knowing all of this stuff, but I figure most people can, figure it out. They'll figure it out. If they want the pattern, great. Do you know how many times I go to Joann's and I stare at the fabric patterns and I'm like, most of these aren't like the crazy ones you find online that people are making. They're just very basic, straight up and down like a sheet. Hi, Maria. Sorry. I know. We'll see each other soon, my friend. I appreciate it. So that is how I do a step and repeat pattern. I didn't really show you guys or break it down, but keeping your individual pieces is really good. Duplicating them, and then you have to create groups, and that way you can group them together. When you go to move something, you can add a layer over that in the group, and you can like hit the group and it'll move anything underneath that together. And then that's when I like move things to the side and all that jazz, which I won't do right now. And then you just delete that one thing in your group, and that way you can move things. I do suggest looking up step and repeat patterns. Let me find out really quick who I learned from, for those of you that are maybe wanting to learn, because I really enjoyed his instruction. Let me see, because I follow him. Shorts playlists. Okay, you guys ready? Write this down if you're an artist. How to make seamless patterns in Procreate. Let's draw with BJ Dell. So it's BEE. Their account is BEEJAYDEL. And he's on YouTube, BEEJAY, whatever I said. Was it Dell? I don't know. Give him a follow. His step and repeats are amazing. Actually, I always forget that I have my own YouTube on here. And all I have to do is click on a couple things. So let me see. Am I subscribing to him? I think I am. Yes. So this is him. Calling me because she can't find him. Okay. BJ Dell.
And I've talked about how to make money with your art.
So this guy is rad, and he shares a lot of tips and tricks on YouTube. So just so you guys know, I really, really, really dig his stuff. And the other one, yeah, Let's Draw with BJ Dell. I follow a lot of his stuff. So if you have any interest in that, that's a good one to follow, if I can make that suggestion. All right, you guys, so that is what I was coming on to do. Now that it's done, I have to go because I'm going to start making products and getting my Wednesday line all ready. Like I said, this was not something I thought I was going to do. It took people writing in the comments and liking it to be like, okay, I should do something with this. And when I don't get that kind of feedback, I'm like, okay, either they're just not seeing it on Instagram or it's just not a very desired piece, because it'll tell you right there, the second I made something, people responded. So I know people are seeing it, but the more they responded, the more it pushes it to more accounts, which is why I get that feedback. Oh my gosh, Fortune Emporium. Oh my gosh, and Maria's on here too at the same time. Look at that. Hi, love you. You guys are amazing. I love that you're here. Oh, that's your buddy. Yeah, he's amazing. Also, Carlos Gomez, give him a follow because Carlos, you're on YouTube a lot, right? You have your own account. So yeah, just a reminder to you guys that when you want me to make something, the more you're sharing it and pushing it, the more I'll consider it. But when it's not being pushed very much, like I've kind of teased this one a little bit from Legend of the Guardians, which I didn't watch this movie very much. It was a challenge that Redding Panda and I drew up against each other, but in a collaboration and kindness. And when I've posted it, I have had about 2 people be like, that's one of my favorite movies. I want this. But it wasn't enough to be like, let me go spend $100 and put it on everything, or even offer it on my shop as another thing I have to post. So when you want something, you definitely have to give your feedback to artists so that we know that there's desire for it. And when there's not, then don't, that's fine. So just a reminder, shameless plug here. This was my December Art Hero Monthly design that I made based on votes from my supporters who give me suggestions of what to draw. If you sign up for Art Hero Monthly, you are not getting this one, but the longer you wait, you have no idea what I'm going to create at the end of January for those who support in January. So just a reminder. Also, I am on TikTok. I have slowly moved my lives over to TikTok from Instagram. I'm going to try to do some more YouTubes here because TikTok and YouTube seem to work really well together. And I just want to remind you guys that TikTok is not for everyone, and I understand that. So I'm slowly moving past lives over to TikTok. But because I don't have a stream key, and for those of you where your mind is literally like scrambled eggs right now going, I have no idea what a stream key is, I don't understand. The reason my videos have to be straight up and down is I have to get approval for a stream key, and apparently you can watch YouTube videos about getting a stream key for TikTok. It is so difficult, especially without a big following. So since I haven't gotten sponsorship for a stream key, I cannot use a better camera. I can only use my phone, and you want to film in a straight up and down format. Usually if I tilt my phone, it would be really weird. I don't think TikTok users would really enjoy that. So when I save them to YouTube, they're going to look very straight up and down, and would be best to look at my videos on a tablet or an iPhone, not necessarily a desktop. So just letting you guys know, these are things that I encounter when I'm trying to do better things with my stuff. And and I really, really, really appreciate all the love and support on it. So let me give you a quick sample really fast, if I can do so. I'm just trying, I have to download the video, save the video from TikTok, whereas if I had a stream key, I could do what I'm doing right now and literally just film it directly to YouTube at the same time as TikTok. So like this. This was one that I worked on the other day. You can do this and watch it just like you do on TikTok. You can zoom in, you can watch certain things that I'm doing. Look how close you can zoom in. So it's still good and honestly better than watching it on TikTok, coming over to YouTube to watch my past ones, because you can actually zoom in, and on TikTok you can't do that. The other thing I was going to tell you was trying to watch it like this. This is what happens. You get the bars. So just a reminder to you guys, if you're going to watch my past TikToks on YouTube that I've been slowly updating and adding, just know that's how you basically have to watch them. And I have done a new one from the other day. So again, watch this. You can zoom way in and watch me work. If you've got a phone or an iPad, you just hit this little button on the side and it'll zoom in for you. So if you've enjoyed today, I thank you so much for jumping in while I work on this pattern. And if you want it on fabric, keep an eye open because Elk B-Sides and I will eventually create a form where you guys can fill it out and order. It does take a while to get, and we have to get the orders in ASAP because of Chinese New Year. Manufacturers shut down for like a month. So the faster we order things, the faster we get them in. This is going to go for a lot of my new designs like lunch totes and round bags and things like that. So thank you so much. Bye, cutesy lots. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. And you can come back and rewatch this video anytime. Pause, rewind, try to see what I'm doing if you want to try to create sip and repeat patterns. But I do suggest that one account because that person is amazing. And I really enjoy how informative and clearly and slowly they talk for those of us that don't know how to do all this stuff. So thank you so much, you guys. I'm wishing you the best day. If you want to catch me, I'll be live on TikTok just a bit later in the afternoon today. Come on over and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Thank you so much.